page 72, one in the last line from on the right side. שם, על כן צריך להיזהר מזה, need to be careful. שם רבי נתן is bringing to us the next part, כי כל ישראל נקראים tzaddikim על שם הברית, that all of Am Israel, we're calling them tzaddikim, named on the Brit Milah. So Rabbi Natan is saying, because they're circumcising themselves, Shamati az mipiv hakadosh beferush. Rabbi Natan is saying that he heard it very clear from Rabbi Nachman then, she'amar, that he said, shekol Yisrael, that all of Am Israel, al yedei shehem nimolim, that because that they're all being circumcised, al ken kulam nikraim tzaddikim. This is really why we're calling all of them tzaddikim. They are tzaddikim because they are nimulim. Shayach le'od dalet, v'zeh bechinat mezuzah v'chulei, and it's an aspect of mezuzah. V'zeu, and this is what that's written, v'aya shadai betzarecha, v'kesef to'afot lach v'chulei. Vaya shadai betzarecha, tzarecha, actually, tzarecha, it's the enemies. So actually, shalom aleichem. So actually, shalom aleichem. So actually, vaya shadai betzarecha, it's actually when HaKadosh Baruch Hu, He Himself, He's against you, chas v'shalom. Like that Rabbeinu is bringing in the Likutei Moharan, that actually, when the person is starting to enter into Avodat Hashem, to serve Hashem Yitbarach, immediately they're showing to him that they are like Chas v'Shalom, they don't want him to be close. And it's Hashem Yitbarach Himself that is doing it to the person. A person that his will is not so strong, he's going to give up. Going to say, all right, if Hashem doesn't want me in the Kedusha, Hashem is not helping me. Look, I have difficulties of Parnasah, I cannot sit and learn whole day in the yeshiva. So probably Hashem Yitbarach is not so happy. Hashem, Marav said that Hashem can give me the Parnasah. Hashem is happy with you, so He's here giving you the Parnasah. And me, Hashem is not helping me so much. So probably Hashem doesn't want me here in the yeshiva, or maybe I need to work, maybe it's not my tikkun to be a Talmid Chacham, maybe my tikkun is not to do. I see that every time that I'm trying to do Hitbodedut, I'm dozing off, I'm falling asleep. So maybe it's not my tikkun, maybe it's all of those Breslevers, Meshugaim's tikkun to do the Sha'ah. But me, I'm doing my Shmona Esrei, alright, they're all doing Sha'ah Shmona Esrei, 1 hour Shmona Esrei. Me, I don't have the patience for that. I tried that once, 27 minutes, it was the maximum for me. It's not my tikkun, it's not, maybe I have other talents, maybe I have... This is a person that his will is very, very weak. Very, very weak. You don't believe in yourself that you're capable. The reason that you do have a huge Yetzer Hara, it's only because that you have huge qualities. You can achieve a lot more than other people. You can achieve the heights. If you're just gonna be stubborn and decide that you're not moving from your place for a breath of a hair, you're not moving one step back, you see this is the truth, you don't care what's gonna go, what's gonna happen, what you're gonna go through, you don't care. This is the truth, po eshev ki ivitia. Here I'm gonna sit because this is my desire. I want to be here. I want to daven. I want to get closer to Hashem Yitbarach. Alright, so Hashem is not opening for me. I'm not here because I want to enter into the Kedusha. I'm here because I want to be here. I'm davening because I want to daven. He's going to ask me, He's going to answer me, He's not going to answer me. It's His business. I'm not thinking about the results. Lama v'totzaot. The results are after death. I'm thinking about my effort. I want to spend my life in Bet HaMidrash. I want to spend my life in Avodat Hashem. Hashem emet, Torato emet, Moshe emet, Torah is truth. Everything is truth. So I'm serving Hashem. This is what that I have. This is what that Borei Olam let me see that this is the truth. He opened my eyes to realize that Hitbodedut, it's a must. You cannot live without it. That learning Torah Kedosha, it's a must. You cannot live without it. You cannot be sane without it. You cannot. I'm getting crazy. Maybe other people, they have the ability, but me, I'm getting crazy. If I don't have my sha'ah to relax, to talk to Borei Olam, tell him shalom, thank you, I'm sorry, please help me. Gewalt, I have to have your help. So I'm not going to hold on. I know myself. I don't have those abilities. Without talking to Hashem, without mikveh, I cannot survive. This is me. This is my small vessels. So because that I am checking myself and I see that I have to serve Hashem. I have to serve Hashem. So I'm serving Hashem Yitbarach. And now you're going through a lot and you have difficulties. You need to believe in Hashem Yitbarach, that Hashem Yitbarach can find, and He is finding good and amazing points, good points in you. And Adrabah, if you have huge Yetzer Hara, this is the thing that makes you more important to Hashem Yitbarach, because someone that is so thick, that is so heavy, the Avodat Hashem is so hard for him, and he's dragging himself back to the yeshiva, back to the Bet Knesset, back to the mikveh, back to the field to do Hitbodedut, even though that for him it's a huge burden. But he's doing it, so kefum tzara agra. According to the effort and to the suffering that you have, the gain is growing also. The gain means that your value is huge. You see an elephant that is carrying 1,000 kilograms on his back. Wonderful. But you see an ant, you're not going to be so excited. You see an ant that she's taking a nut or something on her back, you say, wow, look at that. And what is that nut against the 1,000 kilograms? It's nothing. But the ant makes it important. So alright, you're dragging yourself to do a crooked shacharit, and a very weird Hitbodedut, and a very special mikveh every time. 2 hours in the showers and 2 seconds in the mikveh. Very interesting mikveh you have daily. 3 kinds of shampoo and 1 dip in the mikveh, running away, avoiding the mikveh. Alright. But Adrabah, this is the thing that is showing that you are real. This is the thing that is showing that you have a real will to purify yourself. Because your place is to go to the Hyatt, to the spa in Hyatt, to the gym, to go to the swimming pool. This is the natural place for you, for your desire, for your abilities. And you're dragging yourself to the mikveh, to dip with other 20 or 40 men, and to not in such a clear water, and you're doing it. So it's showing that you have a point of truth, and Hashem sees that. Ki hu yada yitzrenu, because He knows that you have Yetzer Hara, and you have Yetzer Hara. It's not a secret. We all have Yetzer Hara. If you wouldn't have Yetzer Hara, I wouldn't be here. We have Yetzer Hara, and we're working on ourselves. We are working on ourselves, and this is the praise. This is the shevach, that the person is doing tshuva. Adrabah, so Hashem Yitbarach is showing to you that you need to cross the sea and you have to climb mountains and to jump from the cliff. And so Adrabah, if you are doing it for Hashem Yitbarach, this is the verse that is saying, Alecha oragnu kol hayom. You're dying, you're killing yourself for Hashem Yitbarach daily. You are sacrificing yourself daily. Not to scream at your wife, not to answer back, not to rebuke, not to hit no one, not to fight, not to curse. You're stopping yourself. All of that effort is count. But He gave you that Yetzer Hara. It's not yours. Hashem created you with that thick body, with that heavy body, with that Yetzer Hara. But knows exactly what you're going through in your life. He's putting you in those situations, in those tests. So of course that He's honoring you when you are standing against and conquered your Yetzer Hara and fighting back. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is honoring each and every one of us. In this generation, it's not that we should ask, how does the Chilonim, people that are not keeping Torah mitzvot, why they're not listening to the voice of Hashem Yitbarach? This is not the question. The question is how we are holding on in the Kedusha. This is the question. This is something to wonder about, to say, where are they finding the power? A few weeks ago I came to the yeshiva in, I don't remember, it was in Pesach, and the Rav was davening very early, I think it was maybe the Chag Sheni, the second holiday, and the Rav Mamash finished very early, and I came when he finished, when they started to daven Ma'ariv, when he finished the Shiur, and they started Ma'ariv, and it was still daylight outside. And I came with another friend, I saw him also, and I saw that he Mamash was disappointed, that he couldn't make it to hear the Shiur of Rav. And I told him, a car that you're putting gas in it, gasoline, and she's driving, you're not gonna be so surprised that she's driving. But a car that you doesn't put gasoline and she's still driving, this is an amazing thing. You're not coming to Shachrit, you don't see Harav in Hallel, you don't hear his Shiurim in Shabbat, you don't do the Hitbodedut like you should, you not find yourself in the mikveh every day. Minyan, it's something that you forgot from it long time ago. And you're still dragging yourself to the Beit HaMidrash, and you still try to guard your eyes and to go to the field to do your Hitbodedut. This is a miracle. Without gasoline, without gas at all. And you're driving, Adrabah, you're speeding, you want to achieve more and more. And you haven't put fuel for years. No fuel. Running on the smell of the gasoline for years already. This is a miracle. This is something very, very important. Important to Hashem Yitbarach. And the thing is to know that it's not stopping with us. We're not the worst ones. Adrabah. We have the job to pass that light to the ones that really are low and down. Check yourself. You see that you have lackings and you're falling, you have Yetzirah. Look, in your history, your friends from high school, where are they holding today? Where their kids are holding today. It's a horrible place. And it's our job to be there for them, to support them, to smile to them, to invite them to come toward to the Kedusha. And you should say the truth. I'm not holy, I'm not a tzaddik. I'm dragging myself every day. And I'm trying. But I like it. And I enjoy. And I find a lot of diamonds and wonderful things here. How many people are afraid to come to Eretz Israel because they're afraid what's going to be with money matters? How are they going to have parnasah in Eretz Israel? So tell them, what are you doing now in the United States? You're cleaning stairs? Come and clean stairs in Eretz Israel. What are you doing? Everyone are so businessmen. So what? We don't have parnasah also, and we're also trying. And one person is working at night, and one person is having a job through the computer, and one is typing, and one is cleaning, and one is climbing and going down, and one is crying to Hashem Yitbarach for parnasah. And no one is promising you that in the United States you're going to have more money. It's all imaginations. So we have to have that self-confidence to invite people, to tell everyone, please come. Please come to Eretz Israel, this is your home. I'm telling it to everyone that comes, welcome home. Welcome home, this is home. Where is home? In Cleveland? Craziness. It's prison over there. It's prison. It's prison. It looks nice. There is a lot of places that looks nice. Rabbeinu is saying it's a place that you look and you see that everything looks good, but it's hell. But it's hell. Mamash, frightening. It's written that Hashem Yitbarach is not there. Dome ki mi she'en lo eloka. Person that lives abroad, it's like that he doesn't have a God. How can you ignore it? How can you ignore it? Alright, you're going to say, but there was huge tzaddikim, and there is still huge talmidei chachamim, that they are still over there. Alright. They're going to have to answer. Not to me, I'm not judging them. To Borei Olam. If they were right, Borei Olam going to justify them. If they were wrong, so it was a mistake. And they're going to pay. Rav Shalom said, when Mashiach going to come, first of all, he's going to come to Jerusalem. And then to all of Eretz Israel. And after he's going to finish, Mashiach, to conquer all of that war, all of that battle, and this is it, it's going to be over. The Geulah Shlema is going to be completed. Then he's going to go to bring our brothers from abroad, from Chutz La'aretz. They will not going to see the Geulah. They're not going to be here in the time of the Geulah. The Midrash is saying that when they're going to come back to Eretz Israel, they're going to see the one that lived in Eretz Israel flying to heaven and back with wings on their backs, flying to heaven and back. And they're going to say, hey, it's our brothers, why we cannot fly like them to heaven, to hear Torah in heaven and to come back to this world? So they're going to answer to them. Like that in this world you were attaching yourselves to the physical world over there. This is why you stay physical after the Geula also. But they try to attach themselves to the spiritual world, this is why now they're attached to it in the Geula. It's frightening. It's mamash frightening. You have to realize that it's a favor that you're doing to him. He thinks that you need his help. He needs your help. More help than the rich is doing with the poor is doing with the rich. You're telling him, come, look, see, visit, come and watch, come and see, come and taste. Hashem. It can be your father, it can be your mother, it can be your rabbi, that they cannot realize what's going on here in Eretz Israel. They never tasted it. Have to invite him, to take him to the Kotel HaMa'aravi, to take him to do Hitbodedut. Rav Shalom said there is Talmidei Chachamim, huge Talmidei Chachamim. He's taking them to the field. He's telling them now, go and do Sha'ah, talk to Borei Olam. They're staying like that, like numb. They cannot talk, mute, they cannot talk. They're telling him what? To talk to Hashem, to Mamash, to talk to him. Isn't it obvious? It's not written in all of the Gemarot that you learned. This is not the mitzvah midoraita of tefillah, to talk on everything that you're going through in your life to the Creator. It's so simple. And for them, it's a huge mountain. It's a castle. They cannot break through. They don't know what to do. And you have that ability. For you, it's simple. You just open your mouth. You say, Borei Olam, please, I need your help. Please help me. I don't know what to do with that subject. Please, get me stronger. Give me strength. Give me powers. Give me happiness. Give me joy. It's not only yours. You have to give it to someone else. In the moment that you're going to give it to someone else, Borei Olam going to give you huge amounts of that faith that you just gave. You're widening, marchiv, spreading, widening the pipe of bounty. When you're handing it, when you're giving it. Borei Olam is saying on that, this is a loyal slave, Eved Ne'eman Karatalo, that he's giving from everything that he's got to others. He's not keeping nothing for himself, nothing. Not spiritually and not physically. Not in money and not in knowledge. And in knowledge it's a lot more important. You think that because you're not rich, you cannot give a lot of tzedakah, so it makes you poor. You can be a lot more richer than the richest person in the world. By giving information how to get closer to Hashem Yitbarach. Giving advice to a person. You give him one advice that saves his life. One of the guys here told me, Arav, if you're going to see, if you're going to hear in the world to come the Hitbodedut that I have today, and you're going to hear the Hitbodedut that I had 1 year ago, you're going to understand what you've done for me. You're going to realize that, what you've done for me. So think about it. How can you help someone that never talked to Hashem Yitbarach? Just tell him, talk. What I told you, talk in your own language. What I told you. To talk in your own language, and he done that, so he succeed. And you're gonna succeed also, and your friend gonna succeed also. One of the friends here in the yeshiva told me that one of his neighbors, that he's a Litvish, strong Litvish, mamash. He said if you are in Wikipedia, you're writing Litvish, there is his picture over there. It's his picture. He said that person, when he moved to his new house, he gave that neighbor a book of Rav Shalom. And he was afraid, didn't know what he gave. After a few days, few weeks, that neighbor came to him, told him, I'm a chassid of Rav Shalom Arush. He comes to be a chassid. Just that he's going to mention the word chassid and me, I'm a chassid, he put it together, it's already a miracle. Also to say of Rav Shalom, that he's a Baal Teshuva, that he's a Maroccai, that he's a Breslever, all of the lackings. All of the lackings in one person. He's Israeli also. Well, he cannot understand nothing, of course. This is the proof of the truth. This is showing to you that Emet me'eretz titzmach, that the truth is coming from below, from the humble people. And who is more humble than a person that he was a sinner, than a Baal Teshuva? That he know exactly where he came from. He know that he cannot be proud of nothing. It's all shtuyot. It's all imaginations. If you sin so much, and Rabbeinu said you cannot fix even one mistake that you made in your life, one sin that you made, you cannot do tshuva on it. Because we don't have a heart to do tshuva with. Just Rabbeinu said, I am doing tshuva for you. And on that we're trusting. So for sure we're not honoring ourselves and proud in ourselves. It's all imaginations. And if you do like that, if you are like that, so you're crazy, you're sick. So go to the field and say, Borei Olam, look, I'm arrogant. Me, I'm arrogant. It's crazy. I'm arrogant. Me, that I made you angry so many times, that I sinned so many times, and still I'm... If Moshe Rabbeinu, you're going to say that he was arrogant. All right, I can understand. He's got something to be proud about. He saved all of Am Yisrael. He took them. He was clean. He never sinned. He was holy. He born circumcised, mahul, no sins, no avonot, everything. Talking to Hashem Yitbarach, higher level than Abraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. All right, he's got a reason to be proud. But us, that we can see clearly, obvious, 100%, that it's all kindness of Hashem Yitbarach, not because of no actions that we done. It was totally a miracle. In a car accident, you find yourself in the yeshiva. Some things throw you into the yeshiva through the window, that you're not going to be obligated in Masrot. They put you from the window, like we learned today. From the chimney, from the arubah, they throw you into the... And now you're here, only because a certain tzaddik davened on your neshama, maybe your great-grandmother davened on you from heaven and screamed. I heard one rabbi that he said that the siyata dishmaya that we have is that our forefathers are davening, screaming in heaven, that they don't want to enjoy their gain of the world to come, and they're putting all of it, to invest all of it, that one of their grandsons is going to come to Uman, to be one time in Rosh Hashanah. Because Rabbeinu promised that everyone that just gonna touch with a small finger in one of his people, Rabbeinu said, I'm gonna fix that person to the roots of his neshama, the shoresh nishmato, him and all of his relatives, krovim. If someone is just not arguing with you, just not fighting you, I'm not talking about supporting, just not arguing with you, he just touch you, he's with you, he's not fighting with you, Rabbeinu gonna take care. It's a promise of Rabbeinu. Rabbeinu, he's the one that's responsible to keep all of his promises. He took witnesses. He took it all on himself. He signed a guarantee to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. This is his job. Harav Shalom explained, this is the difference between a real tzaddik to the tzaddik of the generation, to the tzaddik ador. What is the tzaddik of the generation? He is the one that is responsible to help all of the generation to do tshuva. Can be a real tzaddik that is huge tzaddik. He's a holy man. He's mamash amazing. He can do miracles, muftim. He knows all of the Torah, all of the secret, the Kabbalah. He's gigantic, huge. But he cannot help you to do tshuva. It's not his job. He can give you a baby, he can give you a wife, he can do miracles, he can do a lot of things, he can open the sea for you. Maybe except of that. But to bring you to Hashem Yitbarach, he doesn't have that ability. He doesn't have the right advice to make you happy. This is the ability of the tzaddik of the generation, that he is in charge of bringing all of Am Yisrael, to gather them. This is the kibbutz of Rosh Hashanah, to make the kibbutz together. Gather Am Yisrael together to one place, all of them. You see that in Uman. It's frightening. 40,000 people. 40,000 people, all of them, doing the same thing. What they want? To do tshuva before of the holy day. A few of them going to the mikveh, a few of them going to the tziyun, a few of them going to the market to buy things for Shabbos, for the holy day, to make, to prepare. A few of them looking for a house. Everyone are preparing themselves to Shabbos. There is no kibbutz like that, gathering like that of Avodat Hashem in the world. It's not exist. People from all kinds of people, all colors, religious, Hasidim, Litaim, Russians, Americans, Israelis, Yemenis, Moroccan, Persians, from every place they're coming. From French, from LA, huge groups, from Canada, Thousands on thousands, all coming to what? To do Teshuva before the holy day. To accept Shabbos, Rosh Hashanah with Simcha. To say the Tikkun HaKlali. This is a huge kaf zchut. Huge kaf zchut. Before of what that Rabbeinu is already doing. Only that Am Yisrael are gathering, all of them together, to be united together, to do one thing, to serve Hashem together, it's a huge kaf zchut. Makes huge bounty and success to all of Am Yisrael to the next year. Even without what that Rabbeinu is doing, the Tzadik, what that he can achieve in those days. Just the fact that the group, 40,000 people, gathering themselves together, to join to one place, to serve Hashem Yitbarach in such a mesirut nefesh. There is no hotels over there, 5 stars, sleeping on the floors, sleeping in the streets, in the shul, in the tziyun, people coming broke, with no money, with no penny in their pockets. Kadosh Baruch Hu sees that you're broken, you're serving Hashem Yitbarach. This is your quality, this is your praise. That you're broken, you're serving Hashem Yitbarach. That you're tired, that you have ta'avat shena, you want to sleep, and you're dragging yourself to the shul, you're dragging yourself to the yeshiva. Even though that it's so hard for you to wake up in the morning, every morning is a nightmare. When you are dragging yourself in the end to the yeshiva, it's more important than a person that is from birth, a chassid, that his father was waking him up every day at 5, they were running to the mikveh. It's not a praise. It's wonderful. Actually, that person, he is the one that doesn't have the vessels to stand in the test of this world. And us, we're mamash crossing fire from every direction. Money problems, and shlom bayit problems, and parents problems, and wisdoms, and memory problems, and health problems, and everyone with his issues. Despair, and sadness, and frustrations, dikaon. Everyone with huge yetzer hara and memories and music and movies and friends and Facebook and all craziness. Mamash crossing fire. Every step that you're making, it's a bomb, it's a war. And you are running. This is a hero. You're running to serve Hashem Yitbarach in crossing fire, in fire of hell. This world is hell. This is, Rabbeinu said, Ha'olam hazeh domeh legehenom. This world looks like hell. World to come, heaven, we believe that it exists. Olam hazeh, this world, Rabbeinu said, never saw it. Couldn't find it. This world couldn't find it. And it looks like that this is hell, so probably this is hell. This is what Rabbeinu said. Probably. You see, everyone are suffering, everyone have worries, they are good, problems. Probably this is hell. And now we are here in hell. And we're running to serve Hashem Yitbarach. And even if your running is to drag yourself, think how important it is. You see a wounded person in the battlefield that is running and still helping others. This is a hero. This is a hero that is not afraid. We don't have nothing to lose. The lost was already in the history. We lost. Now we're just gaining. Every day of Avodat Hashem, it's a gain that you can never realize what you achieved. Every moment of Avodat Hashem. Every breath that you're breathing here in Jerusalem, in Eretz Israel, in the Holy Yeshiva, it's something that you cannot realize. What it means in the world to come. How much it counts. Where it's taking you. To be close to real tzaddikim, not to contradict the real tzaddikim. You know how many contradictions and arguments there is outside on the tzaddikim? It's all lashon hara. It's all lashon hara. It's all total lashon hara. Total lashon hara. Not allowed to accept nothing. There is a story, I heard it today from the Rav Aaron, the son of Rav David Chaim Stern, the Mohel. He said today that he read in the book of Rabbi Yehuda Zev Lebovich that he's writing a story on the first Admor Mizvil, the first Rebbe Mizvil, that one night the Rebbe, there was two students of the Rebbe, of the Admor, that wanted to hear the Rebbe what he's doing in his house, in his like we know the story with Rav Kahana and in the Gemara Kedosha. So they wanted to hear the Rabbi, and they came and they were standing behind the window and they were listening. He was alone with his wife, the Rabbanit, in the room, and he told her, the Rabbanit, listen, I want you to agree that I'm going to divorce you. She told him, why? Why you want to divorce me? So he told her, look, we have huge debts, we owe a lot of money, and there is a very nice young woman that she's very rich. And if I'm going to divorce you and I'm going to marry her, she's going to give me all of the money. And I'm going to be able to pay you the ketubah. You're going to have a lot of money. I'm going to be able to pay all of our debts also. And you're going to have quiet. So the Rabbanit, she said, okay, I agree. Between those two students started an argument. One of them said, you heard Rav, what he was saying? It's not a Rav. Look, he doesn't have faith in Hashem Yitbarach. It's not a rabbi. I heard it with my ears. This is it. I'm not listening to him anymore. And he went away. And the friend said, I don't know what's going on with the rabbi. I cannot judge the rabbi. I don't understand the rabbi and I cannot judge him. And he stayed. In the day after, in the afternoon, there was an accident. Someone came to the city in a chariot, in a wagon, and it flipped, and all of his bones been broken. He broke all of his bones. And people were investigating who was that person, what he done. That person, he had once already, he saw a very beautiful young woman, and he raped her. And also he took all of her money and then killed her. Took all of her money, killed her, and then ran away. And now he came to the city again to do the same thing to that rich woman that the Rebbe said to his wife yesterday night that he want to marry her. But because that she agreed on that, the wife, and she told him, all right, you can marry her, she becomes that young woman, rich woman, to belong to him. So from heaven, that criminal, that violent person, Rasha, couldn't grab her. He didn't have the ability to touch her because she was belonged to the Rebbe Mizvil. And the wife of the Rebbe Mizvil, she knew her husband already. So she could understand exactly what that he's doing. So this is the wisdom to understand. He didn't divorce his wife. He never married that young and rich woman. Nothing. You can hear things about the tzaddikim. You can hear horror stories about the tzaddikim. Take it all to the trash. Shtuyot. It doesn't need kafschut. We don't need to judge. We're not able to judge. Who asked to judge the real tzaddikim? Holy tzaddikim. Important. Amazing tzaddikim. It's not our job to judge at all. We just have to believe in them. Mamash, to close our eyes and to believe with strong faith. To be concentrated in the Avodat Hashem. A person that is talking on others, a person that have time to listen to stories on other people, it's a person that is free from Avodat Hashem. You complete your Teshuva, you achieved everything, now you're available, you have free time to achieve more, to learn more on people. You completed your tikkun. We don't have the time. When they asked Rabbi Natan why he's not answering to the ones that were rebuking him, that was contradicting him, he said, you're asking me why I'm not answering them? I don't have the time to listen to them. I'm not even listening to what that they're saying to me. So your father and your mother are telling you that you're not allowed to come to the yeshiva. So your wife, she doesn't want you to do Hitbodedut. So your boss is saying to you that you're crazy. So your brother, your best friend are saying to you that you're sick in your mind, that you're listening to that lunatic in YouTube. Great! It's all great. But you need to check yourself. You need to check yourself inside. And to believe in yourself that you can also realize what Hashem is telling you. You should believe in yourself. You should count on yourself. That you have the ability to understand Hashem. That Hashem, He's got such a mercy that He is talking also to you. Even though that you have a horrible background and you have horrible history. So what? Hashem's got enough mercy also for me. And He is explaining me. And He is supporting me. So now He's stopping me in something. It's just that I'm going to show my will. Just that I'm going to build the vessels of humility or prayers to achieve that thing. And in the end, after that, you keep breaking all of those blockings and stops, and you're coming to the yeshiva, and you're coming to, in the end, you can gain a lot more than a person that it's easy for him to come. He's coming, and it's easy, and he himself cannot honor, cannot respect, cannot understand and realize the value of what that he is achieving. And according, like the Tzvi told me in Shabbos, according to your understanding in the importance of that thing, this is going to be the success, the gain, the more you're going to gain from it. If you're honoring it, if for you to learn a Daf Gemara, alright, so I learned the Daf Gemara, so the gain in the world to come on that page of Gemara are going to be few coins. But if for you that page of Gemara was worthy more than $1 million, then even if a person going to offer you, take $1 million, and you're not going to cancel the limud for it, so you're going to receive more than $1 million on every page of Gemara that you learn. According to the effort and the suffering, the gain in the world to come going to be. And it all depends on how much you are investing time on observing and looking on the truth. This is coming only in the Hitbodedut. That in the Hitbodedut, alone with Hashem, you're begging, please, Borei Olam, open my eyes. Open my eyes. And purify my heart. That I'm going to realize, that I'm going to feel the importance of Teshuva. That I'm going to have the love to the Torah Kedosha. That I'm going to taste the sweetness of the Torah Kedosha. That I'm going to honor Am Yisrael. I'm going to see the greatness of every Jew and Jew. Like the Torah of Shalom explained. Complete faith, it's when you see the good side of every Jew in the world. This means that you have a complete faith. If you see a Jew and you see his lackings, it means that you don't see Hashem. Jews and HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Am Yisrael, and Kudsha Berichu, and the Oraita and the Torah Kedosha, it's one thing. We are not separating from Hashem Yitbarach and from the Torah in nothing, except of the Yetzer Hara, that is the imaginations. That is trying to convince you to reject the Torah, to reject Am Yisrael, to reject Hashem Yitbarach, to reject yourself. Adrabah, we should learn. It's written, Chokhmah b'goyim ta'amin. If you say wisdom with the nations, you need to believe in that. On everyone that you want to achieve something, press like. Like. I like you. I like you. I have a lot of friends. Like you. Like you. 600,000 friends. Think about that success you can achieve. Millions of Jews to love everyone, to like everyone, to support everyone, to be there for everyone, to smile to everyone, to invite everyone. And if you cannot invite them to your house, invite them to the yeshiva. It's the house of Hashem. You don't need to do nothing beyond your powers. Just the powers that you do have, invest them into the Kedusha. You're going to see huge fruits. Everyone. The smallest one. Moshe Rabbeinu, he was the smallest one. He was the smallest one. You cannot say that Moshe Rabbeinu was liar when he felt that he was the worst one in Am Yisrael. It was the truth. What, Moshe was a liar? Humility, it's lies. To be humble, it means to be the best liar. You're actually the best, and you're lying to everyone that you're the worst. So actually, if you're the best liar, so you're the most humble person in the world. It's not the truth. Moshe emet v'torato emet. Actually, he was the worst one in Am Yisrael. And everyone that's going to check himself, you're going to realize, if really you're going to check yourself, that you are the worst one. But also you have qualities like that Moshe Rabbeinu had, that he believed in himself. That you also have a connection to the Creator, to Borei Olam, that no one else in Am Yisrael can achieve, but that you can achieve in Avodat Hashem. No one. No one can climb to the places that you can achieve. No one. You have a special, unique soul that no one else in Am Yisrael have that. No one. No one. You have it. It's your gift from your Father in heaven. That for Him you are an only son, Ben Yachid. כל אדם צריך לומר, כל העולם כולו לא נברא אלא בשבילי. Everyone have to say that Borei Olam created this world only for Him, only for you. Yes, only for me. You have to say yes, for me. Rav Shalom said, a person that have a complete faith, he doesn't see people at all. He see only Hashem. So for him, for that person, Rav Shalom explained, to all of other people that he's looking at them and he sees them, for him, they don't have a free choice. When he is looking at them, So he's thinking to himself that they don't have a free choice. What it means? It means that they're all doing God's will. Just I have the free will. I can choose if to serve Hashem or not, chas v'shalom. But they're all great. They're all doing God's will. Nothing exists. Only me and Hashem. Hashem and me. And I need to see how I'm going to serve Him. How I'm going to sacrifice myself to Him. When Yitzchak Avinu, Abraham took him to the altar and start to tie him, and I told you this is all of the blockings that you have, that you feel that they're closing you and tying you and want to sacrifice you, to kill you, to cut you from your life, from the Avodat Hashem, from the yeshiva, from the Torah, from the Hitbodedut. If Abraham was slaughtering Yitzchak in that day, this is it for Yitzchak. No more Torah, no more Hitbodeduyot, no more Tefillah, no more friends in the yeshiva, nothing. No more shul, no more bet knesset, nothing. Who wants to die? No one wants to die. But what Yitzchak is saying to Avraham Avinu? Tie the the rope stronger, that I'm not going to disqualify the sacrifice, the korban. You see that Hashem Yitbarach is closing on you? Accept it. Accept it. Say to Hashem Yitbarach, thank you. I don't want it, Hashem. I'm not going to lie. But I want you. I'm canceling my will to your bigger will than mine. Your will is more important. Time is stronger. Let me realize that it's all for a good reason. For sure the Rabbi understands what he's doing. For sure Avraham Avinu understands what he's doing. For sure Hashem, you understand what you're doing. I don't have no questions. Lama yomru bagoyim? Why? The nations are asking. We're not asking why. We're just asking Hashem Yitbarach, what else can we do for you? ואנחנו מה עוד אני יכול לעשות בשבילך, Hashem? What else I can do for you, Hashem? What else? How can I sacrifice myself more? How can I do more tshuva? 48 things that you are buying the Torah Kedosha, that a person cannot have the Torah, cannot realize the wisdom of Hashem Yitbarach without those 48 things. One of those things, it's ehovet atochecha, that a person loves to be rebuked. The main rebuke is from Hashem Yitbarach, from your Yetzer Hara itself, that you don't have the power to wake up in the morning. This is a rebuke. You should love it. You should love the rebuke. You should confess to Hashem, to admit, Borei Olam, I'm lazy. It's not that I'm tired, I'm lazy. It's the midah of atzlut, laziness. It's not that I'm really tired, Borei Olam. This is how I'm explaining it to myself, that I'm tired. But actually I'm lazy. Rabbi Zusha, when he was waking himself at night, at Chatzot, at midnight, he was throwing himself from the bed. Now let's talk from the floor. It's a different conversation, from the floor. He was also tired. He was also dead tired. And he was throwing himself from the bed. It's not that you're tired. Everyone is tired. Everyone have a body. The body is tired. It depends what you want to do with that body. If you want to break that body, or you want to build yourself, to be a bodybuilder. Yeah. Now you're going to make it. Big time. Throw the nonsense. Admit the truth. Don't throw yourself from the bed. Admit. Tell Borei Olam, I'm lazy. I love to sleep, Borei Olam. I love my pillow more than I love Gemara. I love my pillow more than I love you, Borei Olam. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to admit, but this is the truth. I don't want to be a liar. I want to say the truth. The worst truth is the truth. The best lie, it's a lie. Don't lie to yourself. Don't lie to Hashem. Don't try to avoid responsibility. Take responsibility. Admit. Do tshuva today and also tomorrow, because tomorrow is going to look the same. 3 months is going to look the same. Maybe 3 years is going to look the same. But the tshuva process of 3 years of tshuva is going to make results, going to bring results. You're going to see the difference. After enough tshuva, enough tefillot, you're going to see that you changed, that Hashem helped you. Rav Shalom told me once, even a person that's going to dedicate 5 hours daily for 3 months to climb out from lust for women, after 3 months going to look at himself, not going to see no change in himself. No change at all. This is why he said the attitude supposed to be from the beginning of hitchazkut, always to be happy. Be happy with yourself. Because that person, after 3 months like those, if you're not going to see results, you're going to be very despair. You're going to fall to a horrible sadness. No results after such a huge effort. No results? No results. The results are only midbar matana, from the desert as a free gift. Only when you realize that you're nothing, that you see that for 3 months you were putting huge effort in the limud, in the Hitbodedut, in the tefillot, 3 years, and you realize that you haven't achieved nothing. And you, in that situation, deciding that even though that you just failed, that it haven't brought you nowhere, you're going to continue serve Hashem, means that you're humble. You become to be like the desert, that you accept everything on yourself, and you're humble. Now you're going to receive all of the Torah midbar matana, from the desert as a free gift. When you're suffering for the Torah and then you find the Torah, it's not that you find the Torah, you find you're lacking, you find your humility, you find that enod milvado, there is nothing except of Hashem. You find that the Gemara is huge, you find that the Hashem is huge, that the tzaddikim are huge. Then that you realize that you are zero, then you can start growing in avodat Hashem. When you're arrogant, you cannot serve Hashem. First of all, the main thing that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is doing with the person in the first years of Teshuva, it's only to build the humility, to show you that you're zero, that you're worthless. Without Hashem, you're nothing. You cannot achieve and succeed nothing without siyata dishmaya, help from heaven. And when you're realizing that, and you're still happy, and you're saying, all right, so in everything I'm just going to ask Hashem, and I'm just going to thank Hashem, then Hashem is coming to be with you. And He's giving to you nachala beli metzarim, everything that you need, with no walls, with no borders, everything. Every amount of money that you're going to need. You need a wife, you need kids, you need books, everything, a ticket to Uman, everything that you need, you're going to find it in your pocket. You're not even going to need to daven on it. Harav Shalom 3 years ago, I think, or 2 years ago, he was very sick in Lag BaOmer. He couldn't climb the mountain. He didn't have the Ishur, Knisa, improvement to climb with a vehicle to the Rashbi. And he was standing and he tried to walk. And he couldn't. He was so tired and he had mamash asthma, he couldn't breathe. And he looked to heaven, to the sky, and he said, Borei Olam, or that you're sending a car to take me, or that I'm going back home. I cannot keep walking. After a few seconds, a vehicle of Mada or something like that, a vehicle that was allowed, came to there, Yad Sarah came there, stopped, opened the doors, Harav Shalom entered with one of his helpers, and he took him to the Meron, to the top of the mountain. Just one sentence. He said it, one sentence. You just say to Hashem Yitbarach, and Hashem, with His mercy, with His kindness. You're going to say, no, because the Harav Shalom is a tzaddik. Harav Shalom is a Baal Teshuva. From day first, he is a Baal Teshuva, like you and me. He had girlfriends, he was breaking Shabbos, he was going to clubs, discotheques, he was eating in Yom Kippur, he was doing horrible things, he said so. It's simple, it's pshat, but he was working and dedicating his life to Avodat Hashem. He becomes to be a tzaddik. He wasn't born a tzaddik. He became to be a tzaddik. So you can become to be a tzaddik also. Just believe in yourself. All of us, Bezrat Hashem, are going to see a wonderful success. Thank you very much.